Hello, my name is Aaliyah Torres, and this is my presentation. Introduction. What is a soundscape? Ethnomusicology. The book's definition is a field of study that joins the concerns and methods of anthropology with the study of music. My definition is it is the study of music in the way it is constructed from around the world. An example I give is jazz. Jazz has been part of it since the 1940s. It is the blues sounds with rhythms made by instruments brought from Africa combined with fiddle strings and songs from white settlers from British Isles. Another example I give is folklore. Folklore has been part of it for a while. It is an oral tradition passed down from one generation to the next, and they each interpret it different. For when passing it down, they all have different sayings in different ways, with the instruments, singing, and dancing. Music ethnography. The book's definition is the process of identifying a music scene and studying the soundscape of which it is a part. Fieldwork. The definition for the book is the research including observation and participation of living traditions. Field notes. The book's definition is notes written down to record observation in the field. Participation observation. The book's definition is what a researcher does when studying a living tradition during fieldwork. Soundscape. The book's definition is the distinctive sounds, settings, and significance of music. My definition is with the combination of sounds from the settings, the audience can interpret the music's understanding and how they also can understand its sounds. An example I give is an orchestra painting a particular theme or mood that goes to a certain setting, such as in Star Wars, when there is a fighting scene, the orchestra is set off and the music gets intense from the pitches that is given off in the instrument, from the instrument's low voice and low pitches and also high pitches. Another example I give is the relaxation music. There is sounds of nature, slow and quiet, classical. With that going off, you can just picture the nature and how calming it can be to you. Soundmark. R. Murray Sapphire's term for sounds that identify a particular time and place. My definition is it is when you hear a sound that relates to a time and place that you're reminded of. One example I give is during Wednesdays in my hometown, Tech City, Texas, at 11 a.m. or 12 p.m., one of those times, there's a practice drill that happens for the plants, aka the manufacturing plant. And it is given off to make sure that it works just in case that an emergency has happened at the plants and they are warning the citizens. Another example I give is the Zoom ringing sound for starting my classes online. The question, what sound markers are new to you since beginning college? I put the way sound markers are new to me with starting college is a Zoom meeting, ringing going on from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. for all my courses from Monday to Friday. The next question is, how have the sound marks you have encountered in your broader soundscapes changed over the course of your lifetime? I put the sound marks and soundscapes that I have encountered change from hearing the sounds of little kids' jingles on Sunday morning, getting dressed up for church, and hearing the church bells, to waking up to birds chirping and alarms blaring for me to wake up for school and school bells. When we're little, we don't really have a good understanding of life, and we don't really understand what's going on around us. However, the older we get, the better we are with listening to our surroundings and knowing what's going on, and the more we have to understand. Seascape. The book's definition is it is compared to soundscape, where they provide a more flexible analogy to music's ability to stay in place and to move in the style in the world today, to absorb changes in its content and performance styles, and to continue to occur new layers of meaning. My definition I give is it is when music is discovered abroad and is transformed or produced. It is used to make content and performed with different meanings and styles, which add a new perspective to it. An example I give is Afropuff. What is the elements? It is the elements of Western music, African music styles with Fiji music and American funk and jazz influences. All of those are different musics and different influences from all around the world that are combined to make Afro music. Another example I give is R&B. The elements of musical styles are pop, funk, soul, hip-hop, and electronic music. And all of those are preserved different from all around the world too, and it is used to make R&B. The question for it is, can you think of a specific instance from your own musical experiences that help reinforce or further this concept? From my own specific instance with musical experiences, I can help reinforce the concept by saying with R&B, there was a heavily influence in South Korea with K-pop in the early 2000s. And its concept was based on it for a while. And with K-pop, with different songs, such as the group BTS, you can hear the influence that they give off from different songs that are known over here in the early 2000s too. And recently, K-pop has been getting heavily influenced all around the world too. And they also have a variety of influences of genres that add to it too, just not R&B. So with all of that, you can just say that the different cultures of the music from all around the world is being used from different people and is being performed from different cultures and backgrounds. And they continue to add new layers of meanings and new layers of producing the music. Sound. The book's definition for sound is vibrations with frequencies in the audible spectrum from 20 Hz to 20 kHz. Musical vibrations can be produced by voices, instruments, or electrical resources. A sound can be described in terms of quality, pitch, duration, and intensity. My definition is instruments, voices, or electrical are used to create vibrations which are used with frequencies to produce music. Setting. The book's definition is the context of a musical performance such as a place, the structure of a performing space, or the behavior of these present. My definition is where music is performed in various places that gives off the experience in different ways. The question for its setting is, how do you think differences in the performance venues, performers, audience, and use of audio technology alter the experience of a performance? For me, the way it alters the experience of a performance is by the audience interpreting different from audio listening to seeing it live. With audio, you can get to listen to it and interpret it by yourself. However, when you see it live, you can see the performance of the music interpreted by the artist and how the rest of the audience feels with the interpretation too. Being there, you can actually get an understanding of how the artist is actually influencing the song and what their meaning behind it is. Significance. The book's definition for significance is the range of meanings constructed by musicians and listeners in response to musical sounds in a setting. My definition is the meaning behind the music, sounds, and settings that are produced by the musicians. The first question is for significance is, explain how Kumu relates to land/geography of Tuva and the beliefs of Tuvans. The way that Kuma relates to the land/geography of Tuva is that since there's mountaintops and flowing streams, they use its nature's sounds of wind, water, and animals into musical representations. Their beliefs are from traditional spiritual practices, and they use it to communicate with each other for calming their herbs too. The next question for significance is, how has your understanding of Kuma changed in the course of this reading? At first, my initial reaction was that since Kuma is different and typically not thought of to use, that people would not pay attention to it and would not be noticed from other musicians. However, my current attitude from understanding and getting further exposure is that even if something is different and not typically used, does not mean that it will not get liked. That everyone has their own thinking and perspective of attitudes, and it can go a long way. And because of that, there are different genres as there are today. With people from different cultures combining their sources together can make something beautiful and have a variety of meanings and performance interpreted from it. Significance is one of the big reasons why music is heavily influenced nowadays today, because everybody has their own way of writing songs and having instruments played into it in the background and having the rhythms. And that is one of the reasons why Kuma at first my reaction was not understanding how it can be used for different genres and used from different musicians in the world. And that's all. Thank you and bye.